Why did I not wear a vest?
So, thank you for ruining the beginning of the stream, Tifa.
It's cold.
I wanted to say thank you very much, Tifa, for gritting your teeth, pulling through, powering through, and doing a stream with me today despite your back hurting. But for some reason you're doing the shiver thingies. It's not cold in here. I'm sitting here in a t-shirt too.
This chicken skin.
If you tried getting good, just think warm feelings.
Sit like a human. I am not moving.
She cannot change her position. If she does, the stream is gonna end in 20 minutes because...
I am not moving my back.
Welcome in everybody. Well, happy Wednesday. Hello Psycho. Congrats on being second.
Cheers. I'm glad you can still be second.
One day you'll have the points back. It's the power of gambling. I've actually been thinking about your losing streak from yesterday's Mario Party stream during my day today. And I was thinking, I'm not happy you lost, but I am happy you lost here. Because...
Wow.
No, hear me out. This might sound mean. Maybe it is. I don't think it is, but maybe you feel that way. But I'm thinking... I'm sorry, I was trying to have a conversation. If you're ever in a situation where you do decide to gamble and you lose, I'd rather you lose here, where the points only mean the ability to press the funny redeem buttons, versus going out there into the wilderness that is beyond the confines of a screen and gamble real money and lose.
Yeah, but if you're unlucky here, you might be lucky in the real world.
Do not listen to her. This is one of those moments, you know, like in movies and shows and like stories where they go, I felt like I had one angel sitting on my one shoulder and a devil sitting on my other. I'm the angel. I know I don't look or sound anything like one, but I am the angel here. This one's the devil. Yeah, but you can't keep losing all the time, right? I mean, if you lose gambling points on a video game stream, it means you have to win at some point. I mean, statistically, what's the chance you always lose? Can't be happening, right? It's just simple maths, bro. Just keep winning. So I imagine how she would have continued.
Gamba, good.
yeah. Gamba bad. Gamba.
What you did yesterday, you deserve to be thrown out of heaven. He cheated his way in there.
I did nothing. Despite my cockiness yesterday, I did what I didn't do the time before that. I played strategically. There was spite in it, there was pettiness.
There was only pettiness and spite.
No, Tifa, if it was only that, I wouldn't have won twice in a row. That was strategizing.
Pettiness.
Talking about strategizing. Just an egg.
Okay,
just an egg. You try it, Tifa.
Then I'm gonna gamble too.
Then you can kind of gamble for free.
Wow.
If you want.
What's the
what?
What's the win?
You will find out if you try it and it happens.
Wow, we all lose.
What do you mean you lose? We all got an egg. It's limited to one time per minute. Specifically so that Ranger doesn't come and go egg. Yeah, it has a cooldown of 1 minute per user. Yes. Well,
it's still funny how everyone that knows Ranger
has the same stories.
Has this trauma.
Yeah.
Like he manages to pull off like 200 redeems and commands in like 10 minutes.
And I don't know how he does it. And
it's like speed.
And there was a time where it annoyed me very early on, but that's because I couldn't grasp it. I couldn't see the greatness. I couldn't see the skill, the dedication, the love that is behind that, because he is a force of nature, a small force, but still
tiny
a force. Tiny, but still a force of nature. But it comes from a place of love, and it's amazing. So we need 60 users per minute. Yes, unless everybody does it at once, and then everybody has to wait for 1 minute. Now there's math involved. Now I don't like it anymore. Should work again.
Oh, slowly.
What are you doing?
Slowly warming up.
Seeing eggs makes you warm.
Yes.
Alright, whatever works, I guess. What did you make happen with his green tea? Because the more I drink, the thirstier I get.
Have some water.
I'm just it's green. It's cold green tea. I'm just chugging it now because this is weird. Like, do you sometimes have this? You drink something and immediately as you swallow, you feel your mouth go.
Yeah,
like
there's some things that do that.
All the moisture is gone. Like, it's gonna be an. Oh wait,
like
I'm not the main
drinks,
character. Tifa has to do all the reading. I can just chill.
Some drinks make you thirsty.
I usually have that with things that have sugar in it or milk. That's why I generally avoid sweet drinks on stream or like coffee. Sometimes I do it, but then I also have water next to it in case my mouth does get dry.
Oh,
here we go.
I had that with that shitty drink. What was it called?
The shitty drink.
It's a German brand. It's in a carton thing. Durstlöser?
Durstlöscher.
Durstlöscher.
That's it. It's kind of like Capri-Sun, but in a square box, and there's half a liter in there.
Like at some point, I started seeing those cartons everywhere, like at
They're
restaurants, in Warenhausen, like Karstadt. Department stores, like supermarkets, everywhere. I saw this drink, and I was like, okay, it must be good, you know?
If everybody is drinking it, how could it be bad?
Like, it has to be nice. So I bought one thingy on sale, fortunately. And it was so not nice. And after drinking it, despite it being called a thirst quencher.
A thirst quencher. That's the
I
English
was so
translation.
thirsty after. Like, I got more thirsty from drinking that.
But that's the genius of it. They sell you the solution to the problem they create. They give you a drink that makes you thirsty while you drink it, so you never stop drinking.
Yeah, and it didn't even taste nice. But maybe that was I bought the lemon one. That can be a hit or a miss.
Lemon needs to be good though. Lemon is an underrated flavor, and I mean that because when lemon is amazing, it's eye-opening.
It really is.
And it's still underrated. Because you can also have bad lemon, like
Mommy, cheers.
Steve. Welcome in, Mommy. Happy Wednesday. How are you doing?
But that's what I'm saying. Lemon can be a hit or a miss. Either it's really good,
or it's horrible.
Or it's horrible.
Yeah, there is no medium lemon.
Yeah, there is no. This is all right.
Meh.
It's either delicious.
Yeah.
Or it's not.
For a little while, there was this one place in the area that sold little lemon tarts. For like $2, and we bought them a few times and we would just inhale them basically. And then they stopped doing that, and I feel like my life has lost some color. Like, I can still perceive color. I still do enjoy life generally, but sometimes I'm outside, I see a clear blue sky, a few clouds in the heavens above me, and then just in the corner there's a little bit of color missing, and that's because of the lack of lemon tarts in my life.
With lemon cake, you also can't go wrong.
Unless
like lemon pie, lemon cake, lemon tart, lemon drink.
We once made a lemon pie that was so good. We should do that again.
Yeah, that was
just
was
without the
not
white
too
stuff
bad.
on top.
Yeah, we made like a meringue out of
a vegan key lime pie. And everything about it was great. The crust was great, the lemon stuff was great, but it made this aquafaba,
the chickpea water.
Chickpea juice, egg white whip, and
we were like, you know what? Never had it, but okay, we're going to try it. We'll try it.
When it was completely done and fresh, just done, and you ate it, and it still held the texture, the white stuff, the aquafaba stuff, it was okay.
But okay, that's where it ends.
30 minutes after assembly, the white stuff on top, the aquafaba shit, started dissolving, and it looked
so nasty.
It looked like somebody made a lime pie and then jizzed on it. And that completely ruined it. Because that was not what anybody wanted.
Welcome to Game Dark Lord.
Hello, Dark Lord. Happy Wednesdays to you. How are you all? I'm almost awake and almost here too.
Cannot recommend Aqua. Why is it even called aquafaba? Why don't we just call it chickpea water?
Because chickpea water sounds not nice.
And why did it have to receive a fancy
Why
name?
is it called aqua?
Like, no one gives sausage water or bean water another
Shut
name.
the fuck up. Why is it called Aqua Teen Hunger Force? No, Google. Why is it called aquafaba? There we go.
Combination of Latin words aqua, water, and faba, beans.
It's bean water, but in Latin.
So we just wanted to be cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
The person that found out that you can that you can whip the liquid of chickpeas to become an egg replacement decided, yeah, I'm gonna call this aquafaba.
Out of nowhere, a trend to use the liquid from cooked beans of all kinds was born.
I don't know how that started because it's not for me.
Nah, same. How do you accidentally find that out? Because you actually have to whip it for a long
Diva,
time.
How did anybody ever find out any recipes?
Yeah, I guess.
Like whoever went into their prehistoric kitchen and went like, if I take a part of this plant outside and hit it really hard, stuff comes out. And if I then take that stuff and throw it between some stones and grind it, it becomes this white powder. And if I take that white powder and I put it to the side and I get a cow and I milk the cow, and then the juice that I squeeze out of the cow I take and I keep churning that, this greasy stuff comes out of that. And if I take some of the greasy stuff and some of the moo juice with some of the white stuff I got and some menstruated things coming out of my chickens, and if I take them in the right amounts each and then decide to bake that, it's pancakes.
You have a point. It tasted relatively neutral. I'm not sure what else we put in there. Just some sugar? I don't remember the recipe.
I think a little bit of sugar, and because the natural existence of salt in aquafaba, it had this slightly nothing wet, minimally sweet, minimally salty flavor.
It was very neutral, I want to say.
Yeah.
Flavor-wise. The only reason why I even felt confident enough to try it is because it was a recipe of the Buddhist chef, and it's a vegan chef who has quite some nice recipes actually. So I'm like, can't be too bad, so we'll just do it. But it's also not like I'm gonna do that again.
Not the last step, not for aquafaba stuff.
No. The pie was really good, but we can do without the meringue stuff.
We need to make that thing and then post pictures, because the last time we made that was 6.5 years ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
I remember that exactly because Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee had just come out. And I was playing that at the time. I remember my life with video games.
Now I could totally have a lemon pie. Or your dad's apfelmus cake.
Tifa calls it an applesauce cake. I don't think there was any applesauce in it. Was it?
Yes, I've seen the recipe.
Okay.
It has an entire jar of apfelmus in there.
Applesauce.
Yeah, applesauce plus slices of apple on top.
Okay, get the recipe from him. Send him a message.
Maybe I'll
Do I not deserve the best cakes?
That was some of the nicest cake he has ever made. And he has a gas oven. So usually stuff at the bottom starts burning a bit, and then before the rest is done. Such annoying ovens.
Correction, he has a shitty gas oven.
Shitty gas oven, yeah, fair. But this came out like perfect, and it was super nice texture.
It was sticky,
and it was a bit
nice,
sticky.
it was soft, it was moist, with stuff in there. The catch mechanic was awful.
Well, let's go Pikachu and Eevee. That's the one where you throw, right?
Yeah, I agree.
I don't recall it being that bad.
I didn't know, because I didn't follow any of the pre-release stuff really. I knew it was a remake of Pokemon Yellow, mostly. And I read that you have to motion to catch things, but the fact that they took out random encounter battles threw me off so hard. I did not love that. By the time we were done with the game, I was like, yeah, it still works. I don't hate it. but I would have loved it so much more if it was just a more traditional remake of Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, including the normal battle mechanics. And not just, oh, there's a Pokemon encounter. Catch.
I thought it was a
Catch
really
again.
smart move, because Pokemon Go was also really popular
Yeah, but
at the time, played perfectly into it.
Yes, and one of the things I prefer in traditional Pokemon games versus Pokemon Go is the ability to just battle a Pokemon whenever I want. I started loving Pokemon because of the turn-based fights. Like, to me, that's the draw, not something I overcome to play the rest of the game. I actually like that.
I kind of enjoyed it, and seeing the Pokemon on the field is one of the nicest things they have done in Pokemon, because the random battles can be so annoying.
Yeah, so I need to correct myself, and not random battles that I find annoying, but the ability to encounter a Pokemon and battle it in the traditional sense of a Pokemon games.
Yeah, like
versus,
actual battles.
There's a Pidgey. Pokeball.
I thought it was nice and relaxing. Maybe we should play that on stream.
We could do like a whole Pokedex run. Should take us 2.5 days. 3.
Is there a way we can race each other on that? The first one who has the Pokedex, I guess. Full.
Not possible. You cannot complete the Pokedex by yourself.
First
it's like
one
Pokemon Red and Blue.
First one who completed the possible decks.
We could do that. But then we need a printout of all Pokemon available in the game. Because I don't remember them.
Well, if you know how many Pokemon are possible in your decks, you just need to reach the number.
Yeah, good point. Well, we could do that. I haven't played a Pokemon game on stream in a while.
Yeah. I even said last week we should play Pokemon again.
We have so many games we need to play on stream. But do you want to add more streams to the schedule? Because we also need time away from streams to do other things. Like go shopping and sleep. Stuff like this. I just wanted to chill Red and Blue feel. I couldn't really play it docked.
Wait, couldn't play it docked?
You can, but you still have...
There was also a button option mechanic.
Was there?
Yeah.
I don't even recall that.
Then it's just a circle and you press the button at the right time.
But wasn't that not as accurate? Like if you have to wait for the thingy to move and when you press the button, it was less straightforward. I think she is right.
I'm pretty certain I played that with a button mechanic that was just fine. And they did a shit job at explaining that. You definitely didn't have to keep throwing.
You cannot play it with a Pro controller, so that part is true. You have to use one Joy-Con. So yeah, the control scheme even when docked is kind of weird because we still have the Switch laying here. So like you play one-handed, which depending on how much you love Pokemon can be an advantage, I guess. But like to move around, you will use your thumb to use this, and then occasionally you press buttons, which is like you don't play like this. You move around while pressing the face buttons, and then you. I think you can press a button to catch, but at that point, why not just? I have to hold the thing anyway, so I might as well.
It's more annoying, I want to say.
This. What I did like about Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee is if you accidentally, or because you have a sibling or significant other playing with you, if you press buttons on the other Joy-Con, suddenly, second player. You can make every single fight a 1-on-2 double battle. That is so hilariously broken, it is disgusting. That blew my mind that they put that in there.
That I did not know.
We tried that for a little bit.
I really have been wanting to play Pokemon games again. So I started replaying some games on the Switch. First I started...
Yes.
Not Sword and Shield, but the one that came after.
Scarvio, Scarlet and Violet.
Scarlet and Violet. Then I got so annoyed at how shit the game ran. And I started wondering how I even finished that game on the Switch.
Do you remember when it came out and we played on stream and we were both like, this is actually kind of cool. Like, yeah, there's flaws, there's a couple bugs, there's glitches, but this is really nice. And then a few years later, after having played more games, better games in different ways. You go back and it's like, I can't. It hurts.
Yeah, but now it's like super laggy.
Yeah.
You go
Always
like
has
when
been.
you jump, you go like. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna play Arceus.
Oh, okay.
And then that started running a little bit better, but still a little bit laggy at points.
Because
and now
Game Freak cannot into programming. Yeah.
And now I'm just gonna wait for the Switch 2 and hope it runs better on that.
Potentially it might.
I really hope so.
Or maybe we get some well-made Pokemon games at some point. Hello, Benjima.
Higurashi? But it's a Wednesday.
That's true.
The problem is that
Tifa.
next week Jack is going to have almost a full week of solo streams because I have work stuff to do.
Gravity Circuit.
So we were thinking of starting Shenmue 2 this week, but then we start and then we have a week break from it and then we continue. So now we're gonna start Shenmue 2 after my work stuff. And then we do some more Higurashi this week.
Yes. I can never tell with that emote, Psycho. Is it a good choice, Jack? Or is it a good choice, Jack? Because I can read it as both, and I'm never sure. You're playing what? I didn't say anything. What are we talking about? I coughed. Oh, the former. Okay. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, Benjima and Psycho.
Shenmue 2 is coming, Benjima. Don't worry.
Hey, I recommended it. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And when I realized, I already had the game because it was part of this Amazon Prime video game thing. If you're a Prime member, by the way, make sure to every beginning of a month check Amazon Prime Gaming because they give you free games. So
if you have it connected to your Twitch, you can just click on the...
I never remember that. I always forget about that. I literally every single time I remember that Prime Gaming exists, I go to Google, I put in Prime Gaming, and then I open the page. Without fail, every single time. I'm not smart, what can I say? But I like taking things for free from Amazon.
That's what I do on the Epic Game Store.
Yeah, same.
I only claim the free games.
Yeah. As long as you have a Prime subscription, might as well get all out of it, as much as we can. But yeah, and then I still need to think about what I want to do on Friday, because I have high hopes that I'll be able to beat that game on Tuesday and Wednesday. I think that's a 2-stream game for me. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be just one stream, because I remember doing that with Mega Man and Bass, and I remember sitting here until almost midnight, and I need to cheat, and I don't want to do that again if I can avoid it. So let's say that takes 2 days. I thought Jack said Gravity Circuit. No, I cuffed it. But yes. Which I would not be against, but I don't believe it. Yeah, well, believe it. Spoilers. Next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Gravity Circuit. There, now I said it. Now I didn't cuff it. So now it's confirmed. I take it you'll be back on Sunday, though?
Sunday, yeah.
Okay. Then I still need to figure out what I do on Friday.
If I survive next week, that is. Kind of have PTSD from workshops after my previous one, which ended with me crying in the bathroom at work for an entire week.
I remember that.
Like full-on panic attacks. That's how bad those workshops went, I kid you not. And now we're doing it again.
Yeah, but this time you have the experience. You know what went wrong last time.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if I can avoid that.
Yeah, just because you know what went wrong. Yeah, it's a final destination kind of thing. Like you can see it coming and then...
The fact that I know it's coming already has me kind of panicking. And I think next week is gonna be absolute hell.
Tifa, on behalf of everybody, but mostly myself,
not my...
I believe in you. You can do this. Do I need to hug you more?
No.
Aren't I adorable? Loving her through her pain.
So nice, thank you.
I really badly wanted to go on her arm, but then it's gonna happen.
So yeah, next week, probably Sunday, we'll continue again. Unless I'm still crying, then it's gonna be Tuesday.
2 days? You're gonna be streaming for a long time? Nah, it's gonna be 2 regular time streams. I believe in myself. Do you not remember when I played it? Yeah. And I've learned from that. I think I can do it in 2 streams. And otherwise, it's gonna be one...
It's gonna be a long stream, isn't it?
I'm cocky as hell, apparently. So, if anything goes wrong, it's gonna be 1 regular timed stream and 1 long one. What's next Thursday? Next Thursday is the 30th. Now, I do have an important meeting on the 29th. That's the Wednesday, but by the time the stream starts, that's already done, so...
You can also stream Thursday.
No, but I need to go to the gym.
Well...
That's one of those things we do when we're not streaming. Other things, like maintaining these temples that are our bodies. You could have...
Yeah.
Yeah. Tifa's general energy when it comes to maintenance.
Speaking of maintenance, for those that play Diablo, new season is out.
I don't think I will. Tifa's been bugging me ever since she bought the game last year. Are you gonna play Diablo with me? I'm like, no, don't think so. I see why people like it. I see why you like it, but it's like, no.
I was always very, meh, don't see the appeal, especially like the whole reset thing, like it doesn't make sense. But I have really been enjoying the game.
She got her money out of it. My body isn't a temple, it's more like the Colosseum. See? Thank you, Benjima. That's the kind of line I was expecting from Tifa, but she just gave us nothing. Like, you know, the whole thing, and Tifa sitting there like...
That is a really good one.
I tried to go there. But, wait, Benjima, 2 men enter your body and battle to the death inside of it. I'm not judging, I'm just saying I find it logistically impressive is what I'm trying to say. Doesn't that also sometimes involve like lions and stuff? I don't even want to picture it, but I'm picturing it because I'm that kind of person.
Jack's going full circle.
Full circus?
Yeah, the whole shebang.
Full circle. Also more like the whole he-bang. Talking about...
He-bang?
Yeah, I was trying to find a segue, but let's not go there because we're... Exactly. We all know what we were thinking, so it's good. Talking about things we should go to though, which won't get us banned. Hey Tifa, what happened the last time we played Higurashi When They Cry Chapter 5, Meakashi, aka Higurashi When They Cry Kai?
The last time we played, Shion started looking for a part-time job, had the brilliant idea to ask her uncle, who is the manager of Angel Mort, because the owner, sorry, because he has always kind of been on her side and knew he wouldn't betray her to the family either. You know, nice, connections, awesome.
A nice, jolly man.
But unfortunately, she can only work and go out when Mion then decides to disappear for a bit, because then if anyone asks or recognizes her, they can just go like, no, that was Mion and not Shion, so they can't be seen at 2 of the same place at the same time. So Shion starts talking to Mion to ask if this is okay and ask when she is available to be gone so that she can work.
Shion asks Kasai to call the main house to get to talk to Mion and then give her the phone, because nobody can know that Shion has broken out. And then Shion and Mion have a reunion over the phone, and with what we know about their relationship from the previous chapters, it could go either way. And they do have kind of a tense discussion at first, like, oh my god, I can't believe you broke out. But then suddenly they both start laughing, and it turns out they are apparently best friends. They know what each other is thinking and stuff, and they're super happy to hear from each other.
Yeah, we're going through a tunnel right now, Benjuma.
Carry on.
But yeah, basically that. So we have a little... No!
Teabag tag.
Wow, you just threw it on the growler.
Carry on, people are waiting.
So yeah, that's basically it.
Except that's not it. What happened after that?
Oh yeah, we started talking a little bit about everything we have missed after.
We actually went to the part-time job.
While being locked up for a year and a half, basically.
2 years.
And we learned about everything that has happened at the Watanagashis, the murders. We knew of one murder and how that was kind of used as a story to scare us off as children. Like it was, oh, there was actually a curse and Oyashiro-sama was behind it and we all believed that. And then now we learned that more murders have happened every single time at the Watanagashi, and that's it.
And then?
That's it.
There's 2 more things that I believe are important.
Like what?
See, that's why exclamation mark Tifa recap is never a good choice. It just doesn't. More murders? Murder.
Murders.
I need to remember that. So after we got caught up by our sweet dear uncle who gave us a job, by the way, not as one of the waitresses, but in the back office part, doing paperwork.
That's so that we're not seen, but only because we have an unreliable schedule that he can't really do much with.
Which I think is kind of important because in chapter 2 she was a waitress. Maybe things will have changed by the time that time happens. Anyway, we also learned at the beginning of the episode that what is currently happening is 1 year before Keiichi arrives in Hinamizawa.
Hinamizawa?
Yes, because it's Tifa's turn, it's Shi-mini-mini-mi. Yes, it's 1982, it's 1 year before Keiichi arrives.
True.
Which is also kind of important for like the timeline of things.
I thought we learned that before already.
No. And a thing that happened near the end is after getting our day part-time job with our uncle at Angel Maud, Shion met up with Mion again at the library to discuss things, and for the first time she realized that Mion isn't quite the same Mion as the one she knew. And she put that on all the time she spends around Oreo, and being the heiress, being the demon. They even talk about that, and that Shion should have been the one, but no, it's your sister, I don't want it. Because Shion is the selfish sister and Mion, apparently, is the very thoughtful one, the very caring one. Like when they make the example that Tifa has burpees.
That went straight through my spine.
How do you hiccup with your spine? Anyway, Shion brings up the example that when we were children and Mion would get a piece of candy, Mion would look over to Shion for permission to eat it. Stuff like this. And I think that's gonna be important because we might see Mion change more dramatically over the course of this chapter. Thank you, Jack. That was a beautiful addition to the Tifa recap.
Yes, it was. Amazing.
Thank you, I am.
Great.
Teabag time. Put it in the quotes. It's teabag time usually once per stream of Tifa because she has this annoying habit that she leaves the teabag in her cup and then it's on the side. Oh no, it fell in, I'm sorry.
No.
And then she rubs over it on the side and it does this sound, warning sound.
No one hears that.
And it annoys me. You probably don't even hear it, but it gets under my skin.
It's not doing it again. Is it quote and?
Tifa, she who has butter on her head should stay out of the sun.
Oh, there we go again. Okay.
It's quote add, I believe. No, stop. Go to send message, press up, and now you change it.
This is more work though.
Life hack for Twitch. If you want to resend a message, if you want to copy a previous message you had sent, if you click into the text thing and you just press up on the keyboard, it copies down text from previous.
Is that because of the limit? Once more? I'm quite sure that thing is broken because it didn't work last time either.
Wow, Tifa.
How do you spell quote? Did I misspell quote?
Like that You did write it properly.
The more I look at it, the weirder the word looks.
Can confirm the bot works.
No, I mean just a command.
Yeah, but I don't know. Why do you not know? This is your job. You have like 2 jobs. Sorry, 3. Be cute, add to the commentary, read lines occasionally, and do quotes. Okay, you have 4 jobs maybe. Whatever, you get the idea. Tifa, are you ready to Higu some Rashis?
I'm ready.
It's still only the normal egg. I swear I put it in a surprise, like I said. Bad Jack, wait for you when it's only eggs. I did not. Tifa,
there's just a really small chance. No?
It is in there, I promise you that. The only thing I rigged is this one, and I own that. Ranger Cell is the true kobold, because he always is. Video games. Continue. Click. Click. My mouse movement is erratic, I'm sorry. The moment Tifa sees Higurashi, her body goes sleep. I can't help with it. Continue. Are you ready, Tifa?
I'm ready.
Are your vocal cords all warmed up?
La 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 la.
Me 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 me. That's the Higurashi actually crying.
It's a very quiet afternoon as always. Since I can't go outside as myself, I have to match schedules with Mion when I go shopping. I've gotten used to it by now, so it's no longer a hassle. Because of this, I naturally have to buy things in bulk. Today, I shuttled between shops and my home. I got this, I got that. Oh wait! Isn't it 100 yen sale day today? I forgot this. Being in a good mood, I spun around with my arms spread wide, and there goes all your groceries.
And then suddenly she does the Zangief lariat thing, and then she just bit me! I know I'm a snack, but we just had dinner before the stream. Anyway, she does the spinning lariat and hits somebody. That would be funny to me.
I felt like a little whirlwind.
I remember doing that as a little kid and loving it.
Whee! My arm hit a motorcycle parked on the sidewalk. It obviously wasn't where it was supposed to be.
It's the motorbike's fault.
Ow! What the? Who parked this motorcycle here?
Tomitake.
Incoming tugs. Hey, this is basically the scene with Keiichi.
Yeah, it is.
In the chapter...
Chapter 2.
2, I think, yeah.
When Shmion went like, he ordered without pickles.
I gave it a kick with no hesitation. There were 3 motorcycles lined up there in a row.
This is exactly the same.
Deja vu. I have been at this place before, and I get this bike just 1 year later. There were tugs.
Such a good song. I can never remember all the lyrics though.
I just sang them for you. They all fell like dominoes. It was a beautiful sight. This is fun, I thought. Yay,
Vandalism! Yeah. To be fair, they were parked illegally. So, Shion is but a vigilante for justice.
Being in such a good mood made me leave my guard down. I didn't realize that the owners of the motorcycles were right nearby. They looked pretty scary.
This is... Wait!
No, it's slightly different now, because we were not... This didn't happen. They grabbed me by the neck and dragged me into a dark alley.
What was an alley?
Alley. Then they called me all kinds of names. Everything was happening too quickly for me to grasp what was going on. Suddenly, Mega Man boss music.
The fuck are you, bitch? What you think you're doing, huh?
He sounds kind of Australian. He should sound kind of Australian, I think.
I can't do Australian. Put some shrimp on the barbie, eh? That's about the only Australian line I can do. Hang 10. That's surfer, but that's not Australian.
What did you say?
Hang 10.
Oh.
That's a surfer thing, right?
Sure thing.
If I just offended anybody, I'm sorry.
Not cowabunga, dude.
Kawapa. Now I want to play a Turtles game with you, but she hates turtles. Fucking bash your head in, bitch. Gonna pay for what you did.
Can you really blame them though? Like she just
Kinda.
kicked over our bikes and went, wee! This is fun! Come on.
I'm in my head, I'm thinking like, you know in Zelda, like young Link running around smashing pots to get rupees? Like, here, stab.
Yeah, in people's homes.
Yeah,
That's basically this.
yeah, but to be fair, if a young Link comes into your home and it has like this cheerful but purposeful air about it, and then just runs out with your money, you wouldn't like it, but at the same time it's like, huh. It still sucks though.
Whoa. They can't really talk properly.
And not in the US.
Shots fired.
Yeah, literally. I need a second to recover.
You got this.
They can't really talk properly, bro. Like, you... She's being ganged up on by 3 thugs. And then she goes, do you not know how to speak properly, sir?
Hochdeutsch bitte.
Speak properly. Please speak the Queen's English.
I didn't have a clue what they were saying. I had to translate their alien tongue into normal human words in order to understand. We are very upset because you knocked down our motorcycles.
We are very upset because you knocked down our motorcycles. Thou shalt immediately pay for the repair and compensation.
Yeah, that was probably it.
That's our offer. What dost thou say? We'd be happy to listen to your opinion.
Something like that?
Huh? One down?
Sorry. I don't think I can continue interpreting.
What's you saying?
I know what they're trying to say, but somebody has to warn them about the way they park their motorcycles. It wouldn't be fair to those who obey the rules if there was no punishment for those who disobey them.
I kinda agree with her.
She ain't gonna eat them.
I think she's gonna smack them the fuck up. And I'm here for it.
This is an accident, but it must also be God's will. But God? You can use me to punish these guys, but how will you compensate me later? I heaved a huge sigh. Of course, I wasn't afraid in this situation at all. Because it wasn't a dangerous one for me. These 3 guys were yelling at the top of their lungs at a girl. They didn't look good doing it and they had too many disadvantages. First, there was the difference in gender and in the number of people. Even if I did something wrong, as men shouting at a woman, it didn't make them look like they were in the right.
You're locked up in here with me. If that line is being used properly, it's one of those that just gives me chills. Like, one day, I hope I never am in a situation like this, but if I am, I hope I can be this badass. You know? But, I mean, look at me. Not gonna happen.
You would have already fainted.
I would have fainted from shitting myself too hard. Like, from the force of the ejection through my rectum, I would have passed out. It would have reverberated through my body and would have stopped my heart momentarily.
Added to that, there were 3 of them. It already looked like it was going to get violent. Second, the location. Taking a girl into a dark, narrow alleyway is already a bad idea. And on top of that, they're asking for money, not just an apology. Thanks to these facts, the public will be on my side. So this was a fight they couldn't possibly win. The only way for them to win would be to take my money before somebody finds out. Considering that, taking me to this narrow, secluded alleyway might have been a smart move since fewer people will find out about the situation.
What is it with you and the word alley?
Did I say ally again?
You said alleyway.
Oh, I don't know.
Tifa,
the first thing I hear.
Tifa doesn't believe in alleys. She thinks they're all lie. Huh? You listening or not?
I knew how slim their chances of winning were. From the very beginning, they had picked the wrong girl. I'm Mian Sonozaki now. It'd be foolish to mock her in Okonomiya.
Oh, of course.
Soon enough, the people of Hinamizawa would notice me and gather around. They don't spare mercy for their enemies no matter what. The punks didn't know this area well. If they did, they'd have known how silly it was to rob Mion. Plus, the alleyway isn't always as empty as they assumed. This side street is a shortcut which local people frequently use on their way home.
Also, I understand that we are not to take the background art for face value, but
it takes you out of it, doesn't it?
This is the happiest little alley I've ever seen. Like, I would stroll down there with a piece of cake or an ice cream cone, like, la-di-da-di-da, enjoying my summer's day. This is in no way scary to me.
Basically, yeah. In the late afternoon, many people will be passing through. That time had almost arrived. If I held off a little longer, the street would soon be filled with people. Then the punks would have to go away. I didn't have to do anything. I just had to wait in order to win. This was a simple fight like that. While they could hurl abusive language at me or lift me up by my collar, they weren't actually going to resort to violence.
I feel like picking somebody up by their collar is already violent. Maybe my distinction between what is and isn't violent is just off.
Cheers to the educational system for ingraining the ladies first mindset. Also nowadays, don't trust on anyone helping you if you're in a situation. Like, try to maybe get someone's attention, but don't count on I'm gonna be saved by people around me. Chances higher that they'll just film it while you get beaten to a pulp.
It's also... Listen, would I love it if anytime anything happens, somebody has the courage to get up and help and go over there and diffuse the situation? I would love that. But at the same time, when you do get up and try to get into a try to get in between a physical altercation, you also put yourself at risk.
Yeah, I get it. I'm just saying, don't count on someone saving you. And if there are people, the chance, unfortunately, at the moment is relatively high. People will just film it and don't do anything.
But at least you have video footage of it afterwards.
I guess. But as a wicked person, I wanted to toy with them a bit, even though I could win this by waiting. I wanted to paint them as even more villainous and drive them into a corner that would be even harder to talk their way out of. That demonic desire was rearing its horns.
Remember earlier in the beginning of the stream when I was being an angel and Tifa was a demon?
Demonic forces. To put it plainly, I'd only need to act as the poor helpless victim a little further. Like the pathetic, pitiful, tragic heroine everyone wants to sympathize with. In a case like this, I shouldn't start crying immediately because they'd get nervous and draw back. If it were a truly threatening situation, it would work, but I needed something different here. I'd pretend to be strong at first. In fact, I thought, why don't I challenge them? And eventually, I'd start trembling, my voice would fade, and I'd get tears in my eyes.
I really hope this plan works out for her, because this can horribly backfire.
It'd be even better if I played the role of a strong girl who's slowly giving in to fear. Leon and I are probably the only ones who are capable of pulling that kind of stuff off. Well, I'm probably better than her. Why don't you let me go now? I already apologized. I talk back with a little hesitation. Am I getting tears yet? Yes. By the way, I've heard men can't shed tears on command.
Oh, I can.
I somehow doubt that.
I just need to think of cute things like puppies and kittens.
I feel sorry for them. The 3 punks faltered a bit due to my sudden change in attitude, but they soon started yelling at me again. Still rigged. I had to keep it going. That way they blatantly look like they're picking on a helpless girl. Please, forgive me?
What you doing? What's with this girl, huh?
I don't...
Maebara. Maebara. This is killing me. Congrats on being first gaming check.
Congratulations.
Nice. Maebara, you should apologize like that from the start.
It looked like they were laying off a bit. Did I overdo it a little? It'd be boring if they let me go now. And at that moment...
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Oh.
It's Satoshi!
Oh, okay. He does look like straight up a boy version of Satoko.
Yeah.
He looks...
Too young. Somehow younger than I imagined.
He looks like Keiichi with a wig and colored contacts.
I mean, they always use the same face model.
Oh, in the remake he looks like boy band material.
He looks a bit more punchable there.
Oh, in the original he has that like that half smirk like
that's not a smirk.
On the right side of the face it's kind of a frown, like he's been through some shit. Like outside of what we know about the character already. We know that. Like the left half is like, maybe you can fix me? And the right is like,
no, it's not. Look at the eyebrows. Both are sad. Nah. There's no smirk in there. He's just tired of your shit.
This one I get that from. With the original art it's like...
Here he's doing the one pull up, one eyebrow thing. Like, what the fuck you doing?
Like, really? I'm tired of you. Cut it out! Don't you see her crying? Stop it!
A boy around my age appeared. He was skinny. He looked weak. Oh, wait. Last week you said that we're gonna start into their relationship. This is how they met.
Yeah, of course. Why are you shocked that I was right? I usually am.
He looked younger than he probably was. He also looked smart. He bravely glared at the punks.
What the hell? Who the fuck are you? Back the fuck off! Rah! Who talks like that?
The punks turned away from me to face the boy instead.
He drew instant aggro.
The boy looked a bit agitated when the punks started yelling at him. They sure were ruthless. But the boy must have known that from the beginning. He must have known that he was going into a dangerous situation, yet he didn't hesitate.
Fucking say something! Why don't you answer us?
I like the beat in the background now. It's this hopeful, it's been raining, dark, everything has been destroyed
the clouds
by evil.
part and the sun comes out.
Yeah, and then this music starts and it feels like everything will be alright.
Yeah, you feel the warmth of the sun on your face.
He must have wanted to shout back at them. But he'd probably never used that kind of language in his life. So he couldn't have expressed his feelings out loud. He might have not even known what to say. So he just kept on glaring at them. To let them know that he wasn't going anywhere. And the 3 punks though might have thought he was just at a loss for words in his fear. But I knew different. The boy was overpowering them with nothing but his will. The punks were losing. So they resorted to violence. They grabbed him and knocked him down. They hit, kicked, and tossed him around. It looked painful, but I knew. It was his victory. In the end, local passersby stopped the punks. They made no further fuss and just went away. The boy stood up. He was covered in dust.
How is this his victory? Are we gonna go with he didn't have to resort to violence, therefore he's the bigger person kind of thing? Because
he stood his ground and didn't give up.
Yeah, I'll take Shion. I mean, it's nice of him to like step up and help, but at the same time, like, he got beat up. That's neither a win nor lose, but like that ain't good.
It's kind of a lose.
Yeah, I would have preferred him not to get like kicked on the ground by 3 people. But
he smiled when our eyes met and asked me if I was alright. He didn't look particularly okay himself, though. How could you step into a fight you obviously couldn't win? Pick your opponents better next time. Didn't you just say he won?
Should have thrown a fist or at least try.
After they start beating you up, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Or maybe we're gonna go with like a Spider-Man, Superman kind of take, where Satoshi is actually so full of rage and power that if he had fought back, he would have hurt them way too much. So he decided to just hold back and just be on the defensive, because if he didn't, he would have murdered them.
Skulls get split when he gets mad.
Yeah, if he just looks hard enough. I hesitated at first.
He laughed, saying that he was watching from the beginning. That meant he had the option to walk away. But instead, he worked up the courage and stepped in. That was reckless, not brave.
You're being a little harsh, Mion. You should at least say thank you. I saw you crying.
No, I wasn't crying. That was just an act.
Okay.
Hey, you don't believe me, do you? Do you really think I'd cry?
No. Nobody believed Mion Sonozaki would cry when punks bullied her.
Why are you laughing? You really don't believe that was an act? I'd never cry.
I believe you, I do.
I realized one thing. He must be one of Sis's friends. He didn't seem to realize I'm her twin. He thought I was Mion with a different hairstyle.
How would anybody think you're not Mion? Nobody knows you exist because nobody ever brings you up. Nobody has seen you forever somehow.
Hey, because the press, eh? But yeah, unless you know someone has a twin.
Oh, and also, you look freaking identical to her. You have the same face, you have the same mannerisms mostly, you have the same voice. Like that. You okay?
Why are hiccups the bane of my existence right now?
Why do you hiccup with your back?
Like, it just goes into the movement. Mion and I had to live separately since before we went to elementary school. Mion was in Hinamizawa. And I was in Okonomiya. I lived in a totally different environment from her. So it's not strange that people don't know me. Actually, only very few people know I exist. I almost told him that I'm not Mion, but I managed to stop myself. Shion shouldn't be here. He's from Hinamizawa. It wouldn't be good if he thought he saw a Mion lookalike in Okonomiya. So I had to act like Mion. Dealing with him could be more difficult than handling those punks.
Well, I was just relieved because you seem to have a girly side after all.
You sound hostile. What exactly do you mean by that?
I thought you'd kick those guys' butt with some crazy martial arts. So I was really surprised when you just started crying.
Hey! Like I said, I was acting! Weren't you listening at all? He gently put his hand on top of my head and stroked it as if stroking a kitten. I could remember somebody doing that to me when I was little, but it's been quite a while since somebody stroked my head.
Katze streicheln.
You're the Katze.
Mutual Katze streicheln.
I didn't know what to do. Why did it make me so embarrassed? My face reddened all at once. I couldn't say anything. Hey, are you making fun of me? I stuttered in embarrassment. He looked calm, as if he was used to doing this.
Whatever. Aren't you glad, though?
Glad? What do you mean?
Well, you didn't get hurt.
He smiled while he kept stroking my head. His smile looked divine. He wasn't going to stay for long. He'd already saved me from those guys, after all.
Well, I need to be going, so I should head off now.
Oh, okay. I wanted to go through all the steps of meeting someone for the first time, but he didn't. As far as he was concerned, he just saved a friend from danger and wanted to leave quickly to avoid seeming pretentious. He and Mian must be friends who knew each other well.
I hate that head pats are an anime only thing. Psycho, I have horrible but also great news. They aren't.
You can do headbands always.
Tifa, can I get a head pat?
You can always give headbands.
I do that like 15 times a day. Usually when we're both sitting on the couch, I do the thing where, because we don't have a cat, I give Tifa the we have a cat at home experience. Where I just lay long on the couch with my head on her lap. And then if she doesn't start petting my head, I go like, meow, meow. And if that doesn't help, then I like,
can confirm.
Headbutt her into the stomach like a cat would. And I keep meowing.
Can confirm.
Yes, so you just need to find the right person.
This is the most I'm moving gaming chair, thank you.
Thank you, by the way. If you find the right person, you will get all the head pats. And if you want the head pats, but the person doesn't want to give you the head pats, maybe they're not the right person for you.
Give yourself a headband right now.
That's not the same.
But you can.
You can do that, nothing wrong with it, but it's not the same. Not quite. Sometimes it helps, but it's not exactly the same.
For now, I will hold my back.
It's your fault. Nobody made you gamble your channel points. Nobody did, but your own decisions. You have nobody but to blame but yourself.
But wouldn't have happened if you didn't rig the game.
I ain't rig shit. Also put that on your resume as boyfriend material. Like, instead of gambling real money, I only gamble channel points at my favorite letters X. See, I'm responsible. I'm responsible, but I also I'm responsible, but I also have a dark side. I do like to do the dangerous things and gamble, but not with real money. Just with funny haha points. You know? That face did so not help. No. Why am I thinking? Oh my god. Prediction time. Oh. Why did I scroll and suddenly the text got advanced? That's bullshit. Here we go. Are you ready, Tifa?
What is it?
Mion starts hating Shion because she steals Satoshi from her. Scrolling down also advances text. Yeah, that's what I must have done. Thank you. I will try to avoid it in the future.
You started scrolling before you clicked out of the game.
Yeah, that was my mistake.
Okay.
Because in Japan, I know very little about Japanese culture, but getting physical with somebody is like a big step for most people, right? So just casually going over to her and going... And with an air of familiarity?
I don't think that's what will cause it, but fair thought. He and Mian must be friends who knew each other well, so I couldn't bring myself to ask, "What's your name?" Mian's friend smiled once again. His smile looked as refreshing as a clear blue sky.
She is instantly smitten.
This time, he smiled a bit mischievously. Mischievously.
It's the Pixar smile.
I can't do it.
No, that's somewhere between I ate all the chocolate and I just pooped my pants, what you just did.
I can't.
It's you need to pull up one side of it. It's the face every main character on any Pixar movie ever does in the posters.
Yeah, but
I think it's Pixar. Tifa only does for you. Don't worry. I won't tell anybody you were crying. Well, nobody would believe it if I told them anyway. Nobody would ever believe that our invincible class president cried.
He patted the dust off his butt once again. If only I was the dust particle.
I wish to be the dust on his butt. And then I wish that he dusted my butt off as well.
He walked back to the sunny main road, away from the dark alley.
I'm so proud of him.
Thank you. Then he turned around.
And he turned around and gave a... See you. In school tomorrow, I mean.
Yeah. See you in school. He disappeared into the brightly lit street. I continued to sit in the gloomy alleyway. I could no longer see him. I was just staring absent-mindedly at the bright light. That was the first time I met Satoshi-kun.
Oh, fade to white, that's love. I'm not even allowed to walk freely under the sun. I met a boy on a sunny day. How come a perverse girl like me fell in love with his innocence? Notebook, page 5.
That must be Satoshi. He looks like what you described, and he has a habit of stroking people's heads. Oh, that's why... Oh, no, Rika is the one that does that. I was thinking that's why Satoko also does it so often, but Rika is the one that does.
Do you think Rika started doing that after seeing Satoshi do that to Satoko to like calm her and stuff?
I think so. His name is Satoshi-kun, eh? The boy from earlier is called Satoshi Hojo-kun. Mian said that he's always daydreaming. So she didn't believe that he saved me at first. His little sister is always kicking his butt. He has a little sister. Yeah. Her name is Satoko. She's funny. And shrewd. But is quick to cry when she's cornered. She's fun to watch. But things have been rough for her lately. So she's feeling a little down.
And once again, we've been knowing this for years and we never decided to step up.
His sister came up naturally in the conversation. I tried to soak up every scrap of information about Satoshi-kun. Why? Why am I trying to ask so much about him? As I asked myself that, the feeling I got when he stroked my head came back to me. I must have been blushing.
It doesn't work if you move along. That's just gonna hurt your back.
Ow! Yes!
See? There we go.
Not that way.
That's why you should. Why didn't you do that?
Wrong direction. Hello? Shion? Sorry. I'm here, I'm listening. To start, I hear Satoko's on bad terms with her aunt. Satoshi's mature, so he knows how to conduct himself, but when bad things happen, Satoko really lets herself go. What Sis told me was very interesting. She told me that the parents of Satoshi-kun and his little sister are dead. Satoshi-kun and Satoko are now living with their uncle and aunt. They don't seem like very respectable people. They're always fighting and the uncle is cheating on the aunt. He mostly lives with his mistress. Satoshi-kun and Satoko entered into that unwelcome environment. What surprises me the most is the fact that Satoshi-kun's parents were the Hojo couple who were the leaders of the pro-dam activists. That fact must have added something to the situation. I don't know what kind of stance the uncle and aunt took during the dam conflict, but they must have taken some indirect blows. Satoshi's-kun parents died after bothering them so much, and even left them their children. The uncle and aunt obviously can't love those kids. Things have gotten worse this past year too. Women can be really nasty bullies. Sometimes it doesn't matter who they're bullying, even if it's a kid. On top of that, women tend to care less about propriety than men.
Also, it's women. One woman, but two women.
Yeah.
You always say woman.
Oh, well.
You also didn't even say anything.
You can't put all of them under one...
Yes, I can. The collective term is women. Also, you stopped at about, so...
On top of that, women tend to care less about propriety than men.
Propriety, it's when you have proper eyes.
Exactly.
And teeth.
As a result, Satoko seems exhausted with it all. I can imagine Satoshi-kun bravely protecting his little sister. Just like when he saved me. So he must be exhausted too, right? He must be covering for Satoko all the time. So wouldn't you normally assume that he's also feeling worn out? Well, I don't know. Had I said something wrong? Mion sounded a bit taken aback.
She never even thought about it, probably.
So that meant Mion can't tell how he's feeling. Because he's always wearing that blank look. So she never considered it. How can she be that insensitive even though she's around him all the time? I was amazed to realize that. Well, anyway, what does he usually do? He looks smart, so does he read a lot of books? Yeah, you're right, he likes to read. He's now reading, what's it called?
It's called Virtue's Last Reward.
Better warn him. I continued asking about him.
We don't even get to know what book. Come on, what a cop-out. This is super important to me.
Let's see, judging on his age and school year, holes.
I don't
because that's what everyone was reading then.
I'm gonna check, but I don't think that book was out in 1982. No, Holtz was published in August 1998. So.
Fuck that book.
I liked it.
I feel like everyone around our age group has read that book.
Yes, we did.
About what he likes, dislikes, and what he thinks about. I asked Sis all these questions because I wanted to know more about him. It was the first time I'd ever been that interested in somebody. I didn't want to admit that I had feelings like that. Did I fall in love just because of a stroke on the head? Am I stupid or what? When I remember the feeling of his hand on my head, my heart feels tingly. I tried doing it myself, but didn't feel the same.
That's what I meant. It's still nice, but it doesn't feel the same.
I'm so stupid. What am I doing stroking my own hand?
I have such soft hair.
Your hair is really
disgusting. Oxycontin is a hell of a drug. The good one.
Sis, I'm done for. I became stupid. What? Why are you laughing? In that weird voice. You wouldn't understand this feeling, Sis.
Why am I picturing her stroking her own head mid-call?
While laughing.
Something like that.
When would I see him again? I felt as if my suffocating life had finally grown brighter. No.
Oh,
No.
Shion. I feel bad for him.
I think this fade to black is a good moment for a short break.
I agree.
Brb.
What?
Brb.
That sounds like my phone is receiving a call, but it's dying at the same time. That sounds so cursed. Whenever spring happens again, and you open your windows and you see a bird sitting out, and you see a bird sitting in a bush, and it makes that sound,
Brb.
try to catch it and bring it to a vet because it must have swallowed something. So I guess brr brr. Brr brr.
We're back. What?
First we had brr brr, now we have wob. We are back. Wob.
Brb.
Whatever.
Brb.
Brr brr.
No, brb. There's a book.
Without context, it seems like you completely lost it because for some reason, I think you've touched your hair because it also looks slightly disheveled now. So it's like verbal, verbal, verbal.
Yeah.
That's what Higurashi does to you. All right.
The life I lived really was beginning to suffocate me.
That was oxygen withdrawal.
I couldn't go out freely and I always had to make arrangements with Mion before going to work. I thought my life would improve after escaping from the school, but in reality it wasn't that easy. I guess you could just not go to Okonomiya in a completely different place.
Yeah.
It's not healthy to live like this for too long. Without any friends to hang out with, I felt like I was hibernating. I'd started to feel the dangers of falling into boredom. All I could think of now was Satoshi Hojo-kun's face. I'd only met him briefly, but my encounter with him had a great impact on my new life. I felt like something exciting was going to happen. Really, I was hyped up like a little kid. The more I thought about it, I realized I'd been thinking about him a lot lately. This might be a crush. I felt a little ridiculous idolizing him in such a romantic way though.
Well.
Then, out of the blue, I got a chance to see him again.
Music cut.
Oh! I saw a familiar face at twilight in the park. He was sitting on the swing. He looked like he was zoning out, or maybe deep in thought. He didn't notice me, even though I was right in front of him. I reminded myself to speak and act like Mion before talking to him.
Just then like... Okay, I'm in character.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Mion. You surprised me.
You don't look surprised. I've been standing here for a couple of minutes now. Didn't you notice me?
Have you? Sorry, I didn't.
He smiled self-derisively and shrugged. Derisively? Derisively.
What is self-derisively? What? Why are we being so loquacious? I can't even type this.
All of a sudden...
Self-derision meaning...
There, click on the first one.
What? Self-deprecating. Are we...
Like self-mocking,
Yeah,
ridicule.
self-ridiculing. Like...
Ooh, uses that word. Which kid uses that word? Let me say it like that.
It's when people start writing a lot of text and then they go, I'm using a lot of words a lot of times, so I'm going to get the thesaurus out and I'm going to use alternative words to say the same thing. Like when I start using synonyms because I don't want to say Tifa a lot, like Tifa, or this one, or love of my life, or most wonderful person on earth.
Aww. So sweet. He looked depressed. like something was troubling him. Is something bugging you? You can talk to me if you want. Maybe I can help. I have a hitman on speed dial.
Yeah, multiple actually. No, that's okay.
Come on, I owe you one from before, Satoshi-kun. Or maybe you don't think this old man can be of any help? Don't you know how mighty I am?
I'm okay. You don't have to help me.
Huh? What is it then? Are you saying that you don't need any help from a girl? Thinking him unfair, I puffed up my cheeks in a sulky gesture.
Breathing is hard, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Satoshi-kun noticed that and smiled.
No, Mion. It's just... I messed up my swing when they needed me the most. It's kind of poetic that he messed up his swing at baseball and now he is pouting, sitting on a swing. I feel like there's something where...
So poetic. I mentally riffled through all the information about Satoshi-kun that Sis had given me. He doesn't look like much of an athlete, but apparently Satoshi-kun belongs to a junior baseball team. They're called the Hinamizawa Fighters. I doubt he's very skilled, since I didn't hear much about his contributions to the team. Maybe that's why he doesn't tell many people that he's a member. Given how down he felt as a result of messing up though, he must be fairly dedicated. I deduced all that from what Sis told me, and carefully chose my words so as to sound like her. What? Are you feeling down just because of that?
Hey, it's not that easy to get over, Mion.
I pat his back while chuckling. Satoshi-kun would probably call me insensitive. I knew I should listen to him rather than trying to cheer him up. Acting like Sis was probably the wrong thing to do in this case, but I had no choice. This was just how she'd react in this situation. Instead of feeling down, you should practice even harder and aim for your chance, you know? Practice makes perfect here. Well, if you want to beat the opposing picture so badly you're willing to pull some tricks, then I might be able to help you in a few ways.
There's no point if I cheat.
Said by Jack.
There's always a point when I cheat. Except I don't when we're playing multiplayer games.
Satoshi-kun hung his head after letting his regrets out with a big sigh. Surrender, defeat, resignation were all visible in that gesture of his. Are you quick to give up or persistent? If you're a man, then don't you want to be a star and have your 15 minutes of fame?
Why would I want 15 minutes of fame if I could wish for 15 minutes with you?
How sweet.
Don't forget the head pads.
Satoshi-kun grinned and said,
Yes. Of course, that'd be wonderful, but that's not why I play baseball. I just have fun batting and throwing the ball. You can understand that, right?
This old man isn't sure. I only love games that I can win.
Same.
I don't understand how you can love something when you can't be the best at it.
That really sounds like you, Mion.
Having realized that I'm trying to make him feel better, he laughed along. He didn't look depressed anymore. I guess he was just feeling down because of the game. He wasn't as depressed as I thought. Maybe I just jumped to conclusions when I saw him sitting alone in the park.
Oh, I think he inside is way worse than Shion is capable of grasping right now. But those are two different types of being depressed. One is your life at home, and then you try to compartmentalize that, and then there is the version of you that you put out there for everybody else to see, and now this one is disappointed too. Like, there's layers to this shit. You always put forth your best effort to win. That's admirable, I think. Yeah, it definitely is.
He smiled gently and stood up. Then he started stroking my head. All of a sudden, I totally wasn't prepared for that. Eh? Whoa, whoa! I thought this when he did this the last time, but how can he stroke somebody's head so easily?
Watch.
Wow!
Ooh. It is relatively easy if you think about it.
I felt like I had turned into a little kid. Memories from kindergarten came to my mind. My face must have been red. I felt embarrassed, but also like I was in heaven. Satoshi-kun stroked me as though petting a cat. I was blushing with my eyes closed. I felt helpless, like a girl being treated by the dentist with her mouth open and her eyes shut.
Do you not close your eyes at the dentist?
No.
No! What do you think is gonna happen if you close your eyes? They steal your teeth?
That's so awkward. I do the awkward eye contact, plus avoiding it and looking at the ceilings and counting the light bulbs that's always in like 20 in a row.
I'm on team keep my eyes closed. Because where am I gonna look?
Yeah, that's the awkward eye contact. Not looking at him, sometimes
No.
looking at them.
So either my eyes are gonna get strained because I try to find something to focus on, but that doesn't really work. That is so cursed. That is so cursed, Psycho. Or I look at the dentist, and then the dentist is like in my mouth because, like, you know, they need to focus on what they're doing in my mouth, but then also looking at me because I'm making eye contact.
Yeah, but eyes closed is weird.
No, just stop.
Like that. Yeah, but it's weird. If you have to keep it closed, it's weird.
Try it. Try it right now.
Nah, it's weird. And then you also don't see really what he's doing, so you also
don't see anyway, or can you see into your mouth?
Yeah, but like when he pulls away, you have a moment where you can finally close your mouth again. You don't know that you can do that.
You don't notice when somebody moves something out of your mouth.
Not when you can't see him approach again too. Like you need to time it in perfect sync so that he doesn't smack you when you don't open your mouth.
Your dentist smacks you?
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
When I don't listen to instructions, he gives me a smack on the head.
Now that might seem really weird, but truth be told, I think this is the best mode of working with Tifa in that situation. Clearly, because she goes...
Yeah, sometimes he tells me something and I don't understand and do something else and he's like, open!
I don't know if it's funny or abuse, but I'm gonna go with funny right now. She keeps going to the same dentist for the last couple years, so it can't be as bad as it sounds.
They are good. Satoshi-kun didn't seem to notice my feelings at all. He didn't seem to care. I hate him. With my eyes still closed, I waited for him to finish. Like, isn't this awkward? You're just sitting there like this, or standing there while someone's petting your head. Like, keeping your eyes closed is so weird.
Yeah, but opening your eyes doesn't change anything. And when you open your eyes, where do you look? Do you look him straight in the face? And now you're this close. Hi there.
Have you always had only one eye?
Yes, at that angle, yes.
With my eyes still closed, I waited for him to finish. He suddenly withdrew his hand.
The music just cutting out like this. No, the moment is completely gone. Like, da 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 da. I need to leave.
Yeah, it shows how...
The moment is over.
Yeah, how abruptly he stopped.
I need to get going. My aunt wants some stuff, so I have to go grocery shopping.
Okay. My voice faltered. I was so embarrassed. I'm going shopping, too.
What? You are? I thought the maids did all your household stuff.
Shoot. I messed up. In the main Sonozaki house, the maids do everything. Therefore, Mian hardly goes grocery shopping and she's bragged to some people about that. I should have known better. Still, it wouldn't be too hard to find an excuse. I just happened to be in town, so I thought I'd help out with the household stuff. Is that a problem?
It's going to be offensive. That doesn't sound like you. You always avoid doing boring stuff like that.
You talk too much. Oh, stop stroking my head! Satoshi-kun seemed to be having fun with how embarrassed I'd get when he patted me. Anyway, I managed to talk my way out of it. He didn't seem to really care about the details.
I think he very much cares about the details.
While walking with Satoshi-kun in the shopping district of Kami-ishiki, it suddenly occurred to me. Why had I messed up? I'd known Mion would never go grocery shopping. What an amateurish mistake.
No. Repeat.
What an amateurish mistake. Did I make that mistake when I was pretending to be Mion? No. I was probably speaking as Shion. I couldn't keep lying to myself. I had to just admit. It was simply because I wanted to spend as much time with Satoshi-kun as possible. It was easy to see why I was so attracted to him. I'd found something intriguing in my boring life, and I didn't have to feel tense because he thought I was somebody else. Etc., etc. His easygoing nature made him fun to be around, and his habit of getting people on the head was fun too.
Getting people on the head?
Oh, of petting people on the head. His habit of petting people on the head was fun too. From these symptoms, I could tell I was embracing the feeling of love. I was just casually enjoying that feeling. It wasn't that I fell in love with him. I was just having fun. I could simply spend some fun time with Satoshi-kun without having to think too much.
I was gonna say, don't overthink it, just live in the moment. Oh god, battle music.
You know what cookie I like the most? D.
What?
There's a cookie box above the blue sign.
Oh, right in the front, just on the top left of the screen. The something.
I think it's a lotus snack.
Oh wait, you can actually read that.
No. But I'm looking at the picture.
Then what picture? That's kanji or hiragana or whatever the Japanese...
I'm not sure if the left thing is a picture of a cookie. Because like I said, it's giving me lotus seed vibes.
That's clearly Japanese writing. 100%. So wait, you think on the slightly darker orange boxes, on the right hand side it's two airplanes flying straight up.
And how did you mention it?
And on the...
It really is.
Wait, we're gonna just... I'm scrolling again. Sorry, I need to first click. Can you see the mouse? Now you can. So we're looking at these boxes over here, there, top left. So Tifa thinks on the right hand side of the picture there's two airplanes.
I did not say
flying
that.
Straight up.
You saw
and
airplanes
then here,
in that.
There's a lotus seed cut lengthwise, I guess, with a little hook because then it's easier to hang them up. And it has 4 little feet.
They're toe beans.
Okay, and what's this? This is a candlestick, a fancy one that has like a middle thing. The candlestick has a little rock kind of thing, and also there is an angry Egyptian hieroglyphics bird demon next to it.
That's an eagle in flight. Like going
it's
super
a dragon.
speed.
It's a dragon with its
dragon.
wings spread.
Yep.
This is the snout. This is the horn ear thingies. Yeah.
No. Both of those are wings.
Yeah, these are. This
That's
middle
the
part
body.
is the wings.
No, that's the body.
This is
That's
the
a
body.
wing. No, that's the body.
I give up. Tifa is impossible to work with. We still need to do a Rorschach test at some point.
True.
We still need to first figure out how to administer a Rorschach test, because we can look at pictures and go like, that's bad, but we need to know what our damage is afterwards. Oh god, he also doesn't know what broccoli is? Is that where it starts? Which one is broccoli? The green one or the yellow one?
I believe broccoli in Japan, especially for kids, they don't like it. I remember in, I don't know which Disney movie it is, but there's a scene where in Europe the kid is given a plate of Brussels sprouts. And you're like, yeah, I ate Brussels sprouts. I'm not sure where it is.
The Incredibles, I think.
Oh, Incredibles, that
sure.
could be. But in Japan, they give the kid broccoli instead of Brussels sprouts.
Okay.
Because apparently kids there do eat Brussels sprouts, but not broccoli.
Right.
Like it's localized.
That's a really sweet detail. Honestly, not far off.
I do like broccoli.
I like basically all of these. The question is how you prepare it, because if you do a Tifa style, you just cook it till it becomes mush, then no, I don't like that.
That's when it's nice.
But cauliflower, maybe in the oven with some cheese over it and then baked.
Well, cauliflower is also really nice.
Yeah.
Or like mashed with potatoes.
Yeah, that's really simple. That's also tasty. Broccoli also really good. If you can, maybe like stir fry it a little bit with some garlic or something.
But I would not say cauliflower is yellow.
It can be, but usually it's white.
That's cauliflower, Satoshi. Hey, could it be that you can't tell lettuce from cabbage either?
I'm not that bad. I'm doing my best here.
Satoshi-kun stared at the heaps of broccoli and cauliflower. After thinking for a while, he reached out for the wrong one. That's not it! Watching you shop is like being on a roller coaster. It's a lot of fun for me though.
Is there like a thing like dyslexia and what's the other thing? Dyscalculia? I think where you can't do numbers. Like you just cannot compute them the way everybody else does seemingly. Does it also exist with like vegetables and stuff?
Yeah, this vegetable.
I love how you immediately gave the energy of, yes, it's this and I have it, Jack. That's why I don't like vegetables. Did you know that if you have this vegetable, you usually also suffer from dyschocolia?
Yeah, but that's very rare though.
No, it's very common.
No,
Chocolate is not good for you. It's
that
like with dogs.
combination is so rare.
You got me. Satoko can't tell the difference either. Which is broccoli and which one is cauliflower?
You guys are too funny. Sis had told me that Satoshi was a flaky big brother to his nagging little sister. I hadn't met Satoko, but she must be having a tough time dealing with Satoshi-kun. He stumbles over everything he buys after all. That's cooking salt! It's mixed with pepper! It's different from regular salt.
They have cooking salt?
It's kinda handy.
Oh, is it? I think I saw salt and pepper separate in a science experiment once.
Stop making excuses and just put it back on the shelf. This is normal salt. What are you getting next?
You're being a great help, Neil.
You look smart, but you have serious issues. Well, I think you should study more.
That's a little harsh. There. Is this it? In it goes.
Ah! That's not it! Don't just throw anything in the basket. Check the price and how many servings is in it first.
This is very good life advice, actually.
My first impression, always look at the kilo price.
Yes, price per weight, and then do the math yourself. Sometimes it is cheaper to buy the smaller version or multiple of a smaller than one of the big ones. It's so dumb, but sometimes stores do that.
My first impression of Satoshi-kun was that he was strong and reliable. But the more I spoke to him, the more surprised I was at how clumsy and unreliable he was. How do I put it? It was hard to leave him alone. He was dangerous on his own. If he wasn't careful, he might start wondering...
Do you cross the street when the light is red? Or was it green?
And get himself run over by a dump truck. Sweat drop.
Wait. Sweat drop. It's cherry tea.
You put your finger in my tea.
Yeah, now it's even sweeter.
Make me a new one.
Wow, hater. Your total is 1,780 yen. Do you have any members card? Do you have a members card? Uh-huh. Oh yes. I do. Huh? Where is it?
Oh, sorry. We can't seem to find it, so we'll be alright for today. I finished checking out, ignoring Satoshi-kun as he fished through his wallet full of receipts.
That was horrible, Mion. You made me waste points.
Don't go slowly fishing through your wallet to look for your members card in the middle of the evening shopping rush. There was a huge line behind us. Didn't you notice all the evil glares from the old ladies? Listen, at times like that you should get it out before reaching the register. Always be prepared.
Preach, sister! Oh, you're right. That's good to know.
It's not only when you go shopping. The same thing goes for when you ride a bus. Satoshi-kun, I bet you don't open your wallet and start looking for change until you're about to get off and have to pay while holding up everyone behind you?
In
Wait,
Japan,
before
they
you
pay
get off.
when they got off the bus at that time? I'm pretty sure nowadays it's also prepaid, like here. Like you have to buy a ticket or you do the thing when you get into the bus. You pay afterwards. Okay, that's such an alien concept to me.
Maybe it's like you come in, have a ticket, and when you come out...
You pay for how many stops you went.
Yeah.
It does make sense if you think about it, but... No, everyone walks by me and pays their own fare.
You know what that means? You're being a super huge bother to everyone. You need to have the money out beforehand. That's just good manners. Do you get it?
Okay. You're scary today, Mion.
Satoshi-kun smiled as if patronizing me. I couldn't believe it. He was definitely the type who made women want to protect him.
Woman, huh?
I said woman.
Women.
Women, also good. Sure, he was fine as he was when he had a busybody like me around him. But I couldn't stop worrying whether he was able to function in society without someone like that nearby.
Society is gonna be the name of my oral-only brothel.
Corrected myself, didn't I?
I'm happy Tifa didn't get the joke, she was too busy thinking of her own mishap.
We got plastic bags and sorted out what we bought. Satoshi-kun put a pack of tofu at the bottom of the bag. I slapped his hand and put in a milk carton instead.
I do the same thing. I hate the way Tifa packs groceries. The soft stuff, the breakable stuff goes at the top. The hard stuff, the stuff that is in boxes, that can't break, that can't get damaged as easily, goes to the bottom.
That's what I do.
You put fruit at the bottom.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
if anything, potatoes.
Potatoes are fine.
Yeah, exactly. I don't put fruit at the bottom.
And yogurt, which is like the most breakable thing.
You haven't even allowed me to pack a bag in like 9 years.
Yeah, because 10 years ago you messed up. I hold grudges.
Okay, there we go. Now your aunt won't freak out when she opens the shopping bag in her kitchen.
But I like my bananas mashed by canned chili con carne.
I do not put the bananas at the bottom.
If you like it that way, keep doing it that way.
The bananas go on top.
I do not like my bananas pre-mushed. Thanks. You helped me a lot. I don't think I'm very good at shopping.
Just shopping? That's definitely not the only thing. Just kidding. I had realized a few things while I was spending time with him today.
He probably feels super shit inside. Like, oh, there's this girl that's kind of nice to me, but now she's making fun of me. Like, this is the kind of shit that keeps him up at night. Like, randomly 3 a.m. he was like, I embarrassed myself in front of Mion.
This is just some banter.
This is international sign language for banter now, people.
He's not just bad at shopping, he's also chronically clumsy. In general, you could call him a slow thinker. That meant when he stepped into a crowd with the punks, he must have needed a lot of courage. He might be a simpleton, but he's not stupid. He's aware of his weaknesses, so he must have been aware of the danger in that situation. He could have chosen to walk away even though I was in trouble. But he chose to be a man and stepped in. That was really admirable of him. Good boy. You did a great job. There.
What is it? Don't stroke my head.
I'm rewarding you for your shopping successfully today. There.
You're making fun of me, aren't you, Mion?
No, I'm not. Can you go home by yourself? Do you know how to get there?
I'm not making fun of you, moron. You are making fun of me.
Satoshi-kun's sulky face flushed red. He's just too cute. At that point, I caught a glimpse of a billboard from the corner of my eye. Piano lessons. Call X. Abacus class. Junior baseball team members wanted. It was a posting for the team Satoshi-kun belonged to. It showed the day, time and place of their next practice. Oh, this is how she becomes the manager of the baseball team. By then, I knew just how flaky he was. I figured he must be just the same when playing baseball. Satoshi-kun realized that I was reading the posting. He looked uncomfortable and walked away. I know what you're thinking. I beg you, Mion, don't come to see me playing baseball. Am I right? What does that mumbling mean? I know I'm right. Satoshi-kun became quiet, after mumbling something. It seemed like he couldn't say anything back since I had been right on the money. Satoshi-kun, you're just too cute. I don't think going silent is a good way to dodge the issue. Well, that might have just been the way innocent people like him would react in a situation like that. See you, Satoshi-kun. It's getting dark, so be careful on your way back.
Remember, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. Aren't you going home, Mion? To Hinamizawa?
I have to make a stop somewhere first. Don't worry about me.
I'll help you this time. In return.
I'm okay. What are you going to help me with anyway? You should learn to support yourself before you try to help me.
You're really mean today.
He seemed to have some pride at least. He looked a bit upset because he was teased by a girl. But in contrast, I felt very satisfied. As a result, I forgot to keep my guard up.
Thank you for the help. That was sweet of you.
Whoa! While wearing a bright smile, Satoshi-kun suddenly started stroking my head again.
Go help yourself, dude, she says to the guy in an abusive household. It's really funny. Not funny, haha, but funny in a way. She has this call with Mion the night before, and Mion tells her, hey, he does live in an abusive situation. And when Shion has this whole line about, oh, I can't believe how Mion isn't considering his feelings and all that.
To be fair, she said unwelcome home, not straight up abuse.
I thought those were euphemisms.
Nah, you can live somewhere and not be physically and mentally... Well, we could talk about whether it's mental abuse, but you can live somewhere and be unwelcome but not be at least physically abused. Yeah. It's like, hey, I don't want you here, but...
Alright, at worst, she doesn't fully grasp the situation, which... if she doesn't know better, you know? But us knowing, it's like... Yeah, Shion, sure, he'll do that.
while wearing a bright smile, Satoshi-kun suddenly... I already did that. I know he's teasing me, but... Oh, I can't reject him.
Ooh. Not, This is...
I am Shion! Stop your complaining!
This is the entirety of Tifa's romantic capabilities. Not an ooh, but an Yeah, now do that properly.
Better?
No.
See, there's always some complaining.
I can't tell if she's serious or not.
Now all of a sudden the is not good enough.
Because you're not eating chocolate.
But before it was the O was not good enough. So now I elaborate more.
Tifa, elaborate means to say more words, not to go.
I'm adding more words.
But that was never the problem.
Adding more letters. He keeps doing it only because he's realized I won't resist. Oh.
Ooh.
No, that's an O. She doesn't go ooh.
Yes, she does.
No, she doesn't. Go to the lock. I want to hear the O. That is not an ooh, that's an O.
It is. It 100% is. That's not a red line.
That was not a either.
Yeah, that's not even close, but that's not a
We need to go one line further and then you can click on the O.
No, you can't. Narration is never voiced. See?
Oh, yeah. Cute.
Cute. As in, cute. No. See you, Mion. You should go home before it gets dark. See you in school tomorrow.
Yeah. See you in school tomorrow too. In fact, I wouldn't see him tomorrow at all. It felt awkward, but I had to settle for that. I had to thank Sis for letting me use her name. After I separated from him, I found myself giddy and wishing to see him again as soon as possible.
Tifa's reaction to love.
Just bracing. I wanted to know more about him. I couldn't wait for my next chance to see him. Actually, maybe there was something I could do.
That poster.
Just like when I obtained my freedom from St. Lucius. I could choose how to live my life. Whatever, it wasn't that complicated. I just wanted to tease him more. I wanted him to stroke my head more. And... whatever. I already knew the schedule for his baseball team.
Just stroke me, dude. I want you to stroke me more.
Meow meow.
Just be open with what you want, you know? Cute. That was such a short episode. A crumpled diary.
I'm actually not too sad about that. You feel it coming?
I can't feel it coming and I'm denying it.
No, not denying.
My aunt finally stopped her hysterical screaming. Today was just like any other day. I can't remember what set her off. Whatever it was, she changed subjects constantly anyway. It didn't matter. She went on past midnight again. The urge to sleep was pounding the back of my head. Once Satoko had been able to relax, she fell down on the spot and started sleeping, still clinging to my sleeve. I carried Satoko to the bedroom and laid out our futons. Here, Satoko. Your futon is ready, so get in, okay? Satoko crawled in like a worm. She stopped moving once she was inside. I wished I could go back to bed too. I wished I could go to bed too, but I couldn't. My aunt asked me to do some chores. I had to get toothpaste after school tomorrow. I had to write it down somewhere. I had to make rice for lunch tomorrow. I set the timer. I also had to repile the towels in the bathroom. That was the reason for today's scolding. My aunt will get mad if everything isn't done the way she wants. Oh, and there was something else. I was working at the grocery store the next day. They wanted me to bring an apron. Did we even have an apron in this house? I've never seen one. My aunt will be sleeping when I go to school, so I won't have time to ask her. What should I do? Since Mion helped me get that job, I don't want to screw it up. In that case, why don't I ask Mion about it at school? She might lend me one. Was there anything else? I was envious of Satoko because she got to go to bed. It was pathetic that I felt that way. I feel so bad for him. Little bit more. It is super early. It is super.
But I really would prefer to call it an early night.
I am not wholly confused this time, as I usually am when we play Higurashi. I am wholly, thoroughly disgusted by your weakness.
I'm sure it will be good by Friday.
It better be. You're doing this to your body, therefore you're doing it to the stream, doing it to all of these wonderful people and to me.
I don't mind really. See, Psycho's okay with it.
Psycho's just being nice. To your weakness.
Besides, we're still on the good track record of a chapter a stream at the
And I'm pretty sure the chapters are gonna get longer.
Yeah, but that's fine. Then we can also start another one. Do you see how unforgiving he is?
I expect performance, Tifa.
Like, I hope you don't go through your back sometime, maybe next week. But I also kind of do hope you do.
I have, knocking on wood, so far I've never once went through my back. I never had massive back pains. I know I'm blessed when it comes to this, but I'm also the guy that other people make fun of when I need to lift things. Because I do the thing where, as long as it looks remotely heavy, I do the thing, I go there, I warm up a little, I squat down to lift with my legs, I keep my back straight, and I lift the way they tell you how to do in wherever they tell you how to lift. And when I go to the gym, I do exert myself, I do push myself, but not to the point where I wreck my body the next day. We've done that the first time we went, the second time we went, and when I learned my lesson for good.
It's not even that bad this time, like I can move in most directions, but I've gone through my back quite badly in the past before. Like I still remember once, like I sneezed and my back just went crack, and I kid you not, I cried my way to the, what was it, chiropractor?
Yeah.
I think in English?
No, to the orthopedic.
Like I could barely move, and I even had to wait a whole day to be able to go there because I think it was on a Sunday and they were closed. Like could not sleep, couldn't move.
Orthopedist.
Ah, that.
That seemed too easy to translate.
Then they like tried to crack it out, didn't work, had to get some shots into your spine. To,
oh, that's the worst. The idea of getting shots anywhere near my spine is like, ugh.
Oh, no. That was so bad. Like when every step is pure agony. Now it's just really annoying and some pain stings every now and then. But if it was like that, I also wouldn't stream.
I need to make a quick screenshot of something. I'll post it on Discord in a minute. I saw something really funny happen. Tifa, why do you just not go through your back?
I will do my best.
How about when... Wait. If you're still like this tomorrow, I have to go to the gym alone.
Yeah.
Why? Why are you like this? She is using any excuse to be lazy. I'm beginning to think maybe she did it on purpose. No, I know she didn't. I'm not that toxic, thankfully. I know she didn't do that. What am I gonna do with the rest of my evening if we're not streaming?
Play video games.
Maybe I will. And you, I will bring to bed. Because if you're not good enough to continue Higurashi, You're also not good enough to play some more Diablo 4, whatever you had on your mind.
I might play on the couch.
Yeah, fair enough.
Besides, it's about the having to sit straight. Sit in view. I can't
Just sit
move
comfy.
the way I want. I can't.
You can't sit, you can't move where you want. How do you want to move?
I can't sit
alive,
like a
staying
potato,
alive.
which is comfy.
Show us your potato sitting. Here we go. That's just lower.
Yeah, but then I can also sit more like this, which is nicer.
Yeah, to be fair, on camera that looks really weird. Yeah, no, I accept that. I think this is how they made the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit movies. Hi. Hey Tifa, how's the weather down there?
I feel like Ranger.
Lower.
This is like a real life size, I think.
He's not that small. But it's still funny to say.
But yeah, I'm not getting up anymore.
Wow.
No, because I did that earlier and that actually does hurt.
Look at the preview over there. We can barely see you. Big Jack. Big Jack, little Tifa. Coming soon to Apple Plus or whatever it's called. No, it's not. Kind of fun. I'm still taller than you. This somehow just makes me look taller still. Like, oh wait, you're also leaning back. That's crack.
I'm also
everything.
sitting more.
Alright. I can't. Oh, this feels like I'm in a spaceship.
We're gonna fly straight into a raid. Hold on tight.
No, it looks like
even start anything
because
today.
my face is now further away from the camera than yours. It looks like I'm even smaller. Ow. Like I'm, you know those shrunk head thingies? I don't know where and why they make them. I just know that shrunken heads exist. That's
I
how
saw
I
a
feel.
video on how they make that.
Of course you did.
Last week by coincidence.
Of course you saw a video like that.
That's probably why you had it in your mind.
It's possible. Did you show me that on purpose so that I would be doing this with you today? Where I become smaller and smaller to the camera?
Probably.
Oh well. I can't reach the keyboard and stuff anymore. Wait, no, this is...
Why are you leaning on my chair?
Because I need to push myself off of something. It's not like I gained any muscle yet to make movement easier. Like, going to the gym seems kind of pointless in that regard so far, but I'm hoping we're gonna get there at some point. So, Tiny Tifa, what's the plan now?
How about we go say hi to someone, you may pick, and then we're gonna be back on Friday with
Point
more
me in the direction.
Higurashi. How about we...
Wonderful idea. Let's go Red Skinner again. I don't mind raiding Skinner again, but there was no surprise. It's happened before, it's happening again.
He's currently playing Sayonara Wild Hearts, and it reminds me of that game we once played with Valentine's Day that had the worm come out of the ground.
Project...
Something with love in the name? No? Magic?
I can't think of a game, wait.
You know which one I mean, right?
Yeah.
With the lion worms?
Feel the
Feel
Magic,
the Magic!
XYXX, also known in Europe and Australia as Project Rub. That's the one.
The scene he was doing, or at least the character, somehow reminded me of that.
I played that. Was nice, but needs an epilepsy warning. I was gonna launch into that again.
We have him open right now, and I was thinking the same thing just now.
So
he's really into the flickering to that lately.
Yeah, Skinner seems to hate people with photosensitivity. It's a joke. He doesn't. He just happens to play games lately a lot that I would say need an epilepsy warning. I agree with you, Psycho. So if you cannot stick around for the raid, please check out Skinner whenever it's convenient for you, because you should, because he's a nice guy. I like his streams. I hang out there, so you should too. But if you are photosensitive, just like last time, I recommend you don't come along. because
It's quite a lot.
I'm seeing the preview and the game looks really cool. There's currently like a driving session. It reminds me a lot like Outrun. Just going down a road fast and a bit of drifting. It looks really cool. It has like this vapor wave kind of aesthetic. Like very purple, blackish kind of stuff. It looks beautiful. No idea what the game is about. We're about to find out when we rate him. But it's flickering as fuck. You've been warned.
We show fuck.
What? Not on Twitch. Gonna press this button. I might play this game based on how it looks, but it might be an ice cream. Yes.
It does look like something you would play.
Yeah. Maybe I will at some point. I thought Sayonara Wild Hearts was something completely different. I think I'm confusing it with... I think it's like a 2D platformer. Sayonara... Not Wild Hearts. I can't think of a name. It's Japanese, I think. There's like 3 or 4 games in this series, and the artwork for the sales store pages usually has this like, I think, Japanese girl. It's like anime style, and she's like usually like jumping into the screen kind of thing. If I find it, I'll tell you about it. Tifa, do you have any more nuggets of wisdom to disperse this beautiful night?
No, you have to press the button. I can't.
I can't. My arms are not made to press the end stream button. That's your job.
I got
Try it. It's a touch screen. That doesn't work. I'm gonna press the button for him. Thank you everybody for higuring some Rushis with us and meeting Satoshi-kun. We'll be back on Friday with more Higurashi. Stick around for it if you can. We love you. See you then.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.